Hello, how is everyone doing today? And then I can get my iPad so I can have a little chat on my table. By good exercise, I was sweating and dying. Yes, it was great. Okay, so I need to. Here. Let's take a second. Get this little chat going. Especially since I only want the chat. Okay, is there a way to go? Oh, that would be nice. Dang it, I thought maybe there'd be a way for like streamer mode, but it doesn't look like it. Okay, so then we gotta do the split view. Switch. Really long switch. Go to me. Leave me alone. Just open the thing so I can look at the. Thank you. Okay. Okay, this looks nice. Oh, there was that over here. Alright, that's fine. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm gonna plug this in here. I could take my Apple Pencil, probably put it away. It's been plugged in for days. There's no way it's not charged by now. Shove it in there. And let me grab my phone charger and plug it over here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Wow. At least it wasn't pink elephants. Junimo, already rubbing your face on the camera. No. Hi. You didn't even let me sit down before you started becoming a menace. That's just rude, my son. Why? I thought you loved me. I don't know why you're doing it. What do I need that I don't have on the table? Water. Pink. I'll just pour some more out of my bottle because I don't want to stand anymore. Okay. I saw peanut butter cookies. I hope they were delicious. Yeah, see, this was even, but then someone wanted to rub his face on it. I want this a little closer to me, so we'll pull this forward. Okay. This is gonna be a little annoying because my hair is wet and it's down to dry, so that's gonna be a little annoying. That watercolor? What is that? No, whatever it is, it's gonna. Yeah, that's watercolor. Okay. So, use this to dab stuff off. Also use this to dab stuff off. Well, I'm using watercolor anyway, so that's alright. Oh dear Jesus. This part's destroyed, but the watercolor should still be good. I made this when I was homeless out of bottle caps. I used to clean the church office for some extra money, and they threw away a lot of like their, you know, the bottles, like soda bottles, so I kept the caps and I made it into a watercolor palette. And it has little magnets on the back so it doesn't fall out. Only I didn't dry it properly when I closed it too many times, so now this part's destroyed, but paint's still fine. This is an old tin someone gave me. I still have a lot of the watercolors, so I can refill this if I wanted to. This was my primary palette until I bought this one from Hobby Lobby. And this one I've been using since like 2019, and it's still going strong. Don't know if I'll use all these palettes, but I just want to take some out for funsies. And this is a special palette someone gave me. These watercolors are made out of gemstones. Obviously, like pigment, other pigments and binder as well, but so I have like a fun little like sparkle effect to it, and I might use these for the background because they're very warm. And then this could be more bright in the front. And then these are watercolor pencils. I'm thinking I might do a combination of these. Oh yeah, the struggle was definitely real. 2020 sucked. So I'm gonna combine these with these probably for the background. Which I have inked, but very thinly and very not loosely. So it's not a bunch of super hard lines. Because I want her to stand out. And I can still see some pencils, so I'm going to try and erase some more. So my thoughts are... Oh, well, I'm not using these yet, so I don't quickly come out of my way. Let's go with this. I'm thinking I'll start with this background part first. Okay, that's a nice warm red. But I like it to be a little bit saturated. And this is multiple brands, by the way. This is Faber-Castell, which is a nicer brand. Then I have Fine Touch, which is the same brand as these. These aren't as good. And then I also have Corella ones, which are surprisingly good considering. And then I have this random, like, unnamed brand. I didn't realize were watercolor pencils. And then I wet something with my... Wait, have these been watercolor pencils the whole time and I didn't know? So... Oh, and I have some from my friend as well. So it's a mix of pencils in here. Maybe if I mix this with like an orange. Okay. And then if I use this color, give me a pink. Oh yeah, I like that color. That's nice. Okay. People need to stop with this. I remember for the Game Awards, everyone thought Half-Life 3 was going to be announced, which, I mean, that's partially, like, Valve's fault for, like, teasing the frick out of us. But, they were convinced, and then when it was Mega Man instead, they were like, how dare you? And they were so upset, they were, like, doing, like, really disturbing posts and stuff. It's like, y'all need to calm down. I'm also upset, but I'm not out here losing my mind over it. I'm doing it like this so that way I don't have any like skinny lines, because watercolor pencils, at least the ones I've used, they don't fully dissolve, they still leave some texture behind, so I'm trying to make it a little smoother. I'm going for a very warm color scheme for this one. The lines are actually brown. I don't know if that shows on camera because it's just dark, but if they're like a dark brown. They're not black. I'm not worried about getting this perfectly in the lines or anything because I'm trying to make it look a little blurred in the background anyway, so if it's not perfect, that's fine. I learned this technique when I was doing Inktober last year, and I want to like expand upon it a little bit. Thankfully, I didn't overwork this wrist. This wrist's a little tired, but this is my worst wrist because when I was working, I used this wrist a lot. I worked in a warehouse and I shipped books, and you had to do this to count the books. So like you have a pile of books, you have to like go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you did this motion for 12 hours, plus lifting up like 5 to 25 pound boxes for 12 hours. So my wrist is destroyed. I've tried a little wrist brace. I didn't like it. It just made me mad, so I just gotta deal with it. Okay. So we got that. We'll get some of this. And we'll use this color. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's nice and like desaturated, which is what I was going for. Since this was bright red, it would take away from this. I want it to be a little darker. Push it back. And it also adds some texture with the color pencil, the watercolor pencil. See, this has less of a paint on it and it's still like mixing. So it is mixing together. This color is obviously stronger than the pencils, but it is toning in a little bit. Put my, this is better. It's better. I've done a few mermaids this month. I do love Mermay. I didn't go into this planning to do it every day, so I've only done a few. Let's make sure this isn't like super. Oh, that dries pretty quick actually. So I have these two. We have this one over here, and then we have this one over here. I skipped this one because I actually wanted to stream this one because this felt like a nice one to stream. Also, there we go, because the flowers kind of cut them off. If I feel like it, I might color this one in if I finish this too fast and I still want to color something. This is more of a creature mermaid, more of like a actual creature instead of just like a pretty girl with a tail. And this is the Stardew Valley mermaid, and I colored this one already, obviously. I actually really like how this one came out. I think it's cute. Okay, so that's a good base. I could always add to it later. You don't want it to be too dark at the start. Then for the grass, that's a little too saturated, I think. Well, let's see once you wet it. That's not so bad, actually. It's actually very light once you wet it. Okay, so this is a good base. And I want a couple other variations of green that'll like blur together once I paint it. I'll try a Faber-Castell. Let's see how you look. That's actually a little deeper than I thought, which is kind of nice. It kind of fits the vibe I'm going for. That's honestly saturated than that one. That's funny. So I think we'll... Well, this one is... I heard of Pragmata. Yeah, I do not have the money for it, but the little girl is very cute. The little girl robot thing, she's very cute. I was correct. This is watercolor. It's like scrubbing off a little bit when I wet it. Okay. How about this green? I might need to layer like this green. Hello, how are you today? Well, I think you think that could still work because I made a game for a game jam, and there's a little fairy that's just kind of there. They don't do anything; they're more for decoration. And I sketched it in my sketchbook, took a picture, and then I put it into a sprite, and then I went over it to like fill it in. So you can still do that. You're just gonna have to like shrink it down a lot when you put it in the program, or just crop it in like some basic photo editor or photo viewer. Like Faststone is free. It is very much possible. Okay, Add a little bit of brown. And then a little bit of this fancy green. To look too yellow. Maybe I won't use the fancy green. The fancy green's more yellow than I want. If we just do brown a little more heavily. And then some green. It doesn't have to be perfectly layered, so it looks a little splotchy. And then this green. That's more what I'm going for, like a nice desaturated brownish green. Yeah. And it'll have like some texture, which is what I want. Okay. So because I want to do this last after I have the green, because this is technically white, even though it's in reality it's like an off-white, but I don't want to color this till I have this, so I can have the tone be a little more accurate. So put this here so I don't spread green everywhere. Also, this mermaid is not supposed to be a Parasolia mermaid, it's just meant to be a mermaid with mushroom theming. She just kind of looks like Parasolia, but her hair is actually more curly than Parasolia's. Actually, this will work if I do like the brown more on the bottom and like let it ease out. That might actually work nice. What? Junimo, no. No chicken leg. Stay over there. Stay. Stay. This is paint. It's mostly non-toxic as far as I'm aware, but no. Oh, hello. Hello, yo pig. How are you? I have the opposite problem. I ain't got money to pay a programmer. Then we'll do this green. I do have an electric sharpener that I might use, so warning ahead of time. You might hear some ungodly noises for a few seconds throughout this stream. So, there is a game jam happening on Friday. I'll only join it if I like the theme. But if I don't like the theme, I am brainstorming a different game. So, I'll still be doing something. I just like to join game jams because it forces me to be productive. And I like having little milestones through having game jam games, which is why I don't update my game jam games. Even if I like could technically make the game better afterward, I like it being like a little, almost like a diary. It's also why I like to have a new brain. Yeah, I also would like a new brain, honestly. I forgot what I was saying. I hate my brain. Huh? I had a whole train of thought and the train just rammed into a brick wall. That was awesome. The G Develop Jam is from Friday. This Friday to not this weekend Sunday, the Sunday after. It's the same as Fireside Jam. So technically, you could do like one for like 2 or 3 days and you can still just do something small. Because most game jams are weekend jams. like a couple days. They're not normally this long. So you could just do it over the weekend or something if you wanted to. I only join a game jam if I like the theme, because if I hate the theme, it's miserable. I've joined Pirate Jam once, and I did not like the theme. I did not like anything I was making, and it was just like, nah, I'm not doing this. Also, the jam is too big for me. It's got too much pressure attached to it. I prefer smaller ones like Screen Jam, the Fireside Jam, and the G-Develop ones. That's fair. I mean, I never used LimeWire or anything. I did YouTube to MP3. I totally don't still do that. Oh yeah, no. That would be more my dad, but he's just a criminal. He had a whole crime ring going. It was just us, but like, that's how it felt. But it wasn't with music, it was with DVDs. He had me ride my bike with him and pick out DVDs that I wanted, or he'll just rip stuff because I think he just liked the thrill of like not paying for things. I don't know. But he'll pay for the membership, I guess. I don't know. Which, mind you, the Blockbuster was not close. It was like 2 or 3 miles away, and I had to go back. And we ride there multiple times a week, sometimes multiple times in a day if he was feeling spicy. Just to rip the DVDs and then bring them back. He had hundreds of DVDs. Honestly, if you include also Pirate Bay, he had thousands of DVDs. A regular criminal. And I do not condone that, by the way. I don't think we should do that. That's... I have a limit of what I think is alright. Yeah, I like the Fireside Gym because it's not that big. But it's big enough to where it doesn't feel like you're going to be like the only one there. So I've been contemplating something. So I'm gonna be a little more consistent making music for my games. It won't be good, but it'll be mine, I guess. Should I put the OSTs up like little videos or like shorts because the songs aren't that long? I kind of like the idea of having the OSTs up, even if it's not like a famous game or something. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know that any of my music's ever gonna be good like that. Voting is like the worst part for me when it comes to game jams. Because most people make games that either they're genres I genuinely don't like, or I'm just really bad at. So I am not a good judge to vote. Plus, I feel this pressure all the time. It's like actually the hardest part for me, which is to play someone's game. Because most people make games I can't play. So... Or Screen Jam is the worst because I don't like horror games. I only join it because they let general spookiness. So like I'll make something that's actually really cute and wholesome, but like, you know, a potion game or something. But all the other games are like horror games, and it's like, it's awful. I hate it here. Okay, before I add in any actual, like, non-watercolor pencil, let's just see what we're at here. Because this might be enough. I kind of like this textured look in the background. Okie dokie, have a good rest of your day. This is a genuine question. You're actually good at music. Why do you keep using AI? This is not like, how could you use it? I just want to understand, why do you use AI when you're actually good at making music yourself? Is it like kind of like a sketch to see how what kind of sound you make it yourself, or? Because it's not like you're just desperate and just want to make stuff real quick and like exploit people. You actually know how to make music, so why do you do that? I can understand the sketch one. Music is the only one where I'm kind of like, eh. I don't like generative AI, I just don't. But I can say that some of the stuff it makes is hilarious. When it comes to music, some of it's actually hilarious. I don't really know enough about the music one if it steals from artists. I definitely hate, like, the image generators. They just steal from, like, everyone. I'm just, you know, I'm not a fan of theft. So there's that. If I use this, kind of like the sky almost, or like in the background. Hello! How you doing? Yeah, just a little picture I drew like a week or two ago, and I'm just coloring it in. I have multiple styles, though. I do a lot of different stuff. I'm tired. I exercised today, so we're just vibing and painting and hoping for the best. There's some other mermaids. This one and this one. I also have some flowers. So I skipped this because I knew it was going to bleed through, and I'll just do a collage or something over here. This is watercolor and colored pencil. This is acrylic. What else I got in here? Some marker, berries. Anything else fun in here? More berries. Here's a spread of fan art. I have the camera zoomed in. So. Another watercolor color pencil one. That's funny. Thank you. Colors is blue. I think it's gonna be like a greenish blue, but that's okay. Because I have the greenish on top. I just want it to have like some sky look to it. But not too blue, because I think it's a little weird if you're like this close to the ground being able to see too much sky. So, plus I could always go over and color pencil if I don't like how green it is. Oh, fun! Like a furry dragon, not like furries. I mean, it could be that, but like a fluffy dragon or a scaled one, a long boy, or a more western one. What kind of dragon? Actually, that's kind of like a thing I've noticed, that a lot of lizards in furry art style, which I am confused because they're called furries, but I don't know. I'm not a furry. A lot of dragons, actually. A lot of like lizardy dragon type. Actually, I do like that. This could be a little less green, so I'll let it. Ah, Chinese type one. Actually, I was gonna have a mini, not really a mini game, but like a mechanic. I don't know if I'll still do it or not. It isn't really necessary. Where you can catch bugs. You can have bugs as pets, but there wouldn't be any spiders because frick spiders. But if she was to have a pet, it would be like a ladybug or something like that. It'd be like the size of a chihuahua. Like, you know, like if you have a pet, like a chihuahua size. It wouldn't be like a big, giant, like ladybug, but it wouldn't be a tiny itty bitty, like little thing either. It would be to scale with the character, I guess. Part of me wonders if I should continue making Fun Fun Bouquets as big as I want to make it, and just make a bunch of smaller games with each character to like just make a world instead of a big game. And make something else as like my big game. Wait, you have a pet butterfly? I want a pet butterfly. I couldn't have one, my cats would eat it. pet butterfly live? I'm now invested in this pet butterfly. What? On the orangey side, I kind of like this. Yeah. I didn't want it to be as red. I want it to be a little more on the orangey side, so this is nice. What color is this? Is this just like a pearly white, or... Oh no, it has some color to it. I mean, how do you get? Do you like just like pick flowers and give them the flower, or is there like pollen you can buy? You just give them honey. Lol. I'm from Michigan. I'm being harassed by everybody. My brother. Yeah, my brother. No, brain. My boyfriend's sister. Was like, aren't you from Michigan? You don't sound like you're from Michigan. I'm like, how dare you? What do you mean I don't sound like... Yes, I do. Maybe a little bit. I'm from Michigan. Come on. I'm not from the South. No. Down here. Aw, that's sweet. I think I know what a painted lady looks like. Let me check if I'm thinking of the right one. Aw. Not the one I was thinking of, but I recognize this one. Very pretty. It's just a friend. She's like, you are my best friend. Thank you for helping me. You have been imprinted upon. Kind of lazy is the direction of this stuff. I'm just adding things. Why did that... Why did that get... held? there wasn't any swearing or anything in it. I could never have a pet spider. I don't understand people who have pet spiders. Frick spiders, but but we're not gonna completely say frick spiders because I'm sure you loved your pet spider. I can't with the pet. No, absolutely not. Frick that entirely. The days have been brighter. I just had my paintbrush. Where did I put it? Shout out to this paintbrush. I've had this thing for like 10 plus years. It's taped, not because it broke. I'm getting so close. Got so much desire. So I am never letting go. Well, your eyes, they look like the sun of the ocean. You look amazing to me. Sometimes it feels right, I can't help but show it. I think that we're meant to be, 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 to be. I'll probably do more green in this area to like flesh it out from this, but for now that's good. Alrighty. I do like that it's faint though, so I might not go much darker. I don't know how anyone could just casually just have a pet spider. What have they made? I'm glad you had a little friend. So I think we're gonna do the character next because this is a lot of layering of different things, and it's gonna have to go over the character. So the days have been brighter. I felt less alone. Okay, so we're gonna. But I am a fighter, so I am never letting go. Okay, so I'm playing with fire. I'm thinking. I'm getting so close. Well, this is obviously going to be a more bold green. And this can be orange and some red. Or maybe like a reddish orange. For the hat, or do I want that for the tail? Let's see what oranges we got here. Oh, that's really bright. This is in blue. What's this accent color gonna be? Oh. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Why am I picturing a spider pushing a walker with little tennis balls? Oh god, that's terrible. Do like a deep reddish orange for the tail. Ah, no, not. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to purposely make it look cloudy. not sure if it's showing on camera, but for me, it's got a nice, like, textured little different shades of, like, oranges. Might get, like, a bit of this red, maybe? That's nice. We're just gonna leave that be. And the hats. Maybe we'll go with this red. How red is it? That's kind of like a magenta more than a red, but red is technically a magenta. No. I don't want to hear about spiders on anybody's face. That would give me nightmares. I'm good. Have enough nightmares. I don't need to add to it. Different shades of like reds and things and purples. Let's see. I kind of like the cloudy look. Or maybe I'll let that have its texture so it doesn't take away from it. Let's see. Now we can add. Yeah, little bits of like cloudy bits of red is nice. This is all about playing with texture for this one, honestly. Maybe her curly bits will be the same as the leaves. It'll be a bit of a green. So let's do. Yeah. We'll do. Yeah, like a really warm green. And then I'll add some like more saturated greens to like be in this kind of cloudy light. shades of green. This was like very light green. Okay, then this can be a really bright, this green over here that I actually quite like. I just didn't think it fit through the color. There we go. And I really like this, like, chartreuse type green. It's nice. Yeah, this will probably be the only one we do today, because I'm taking my time with this. I have not decided if I want her to be a light color or a darker skin color. Or the color of her hair. Because naturally I think brown, but that's very Parasolia, so maybe I should do something less brown? Okay, let me see. Okay, a couple things. One, why does it sound like you and Bunflower broke up? What are your intentions with my daughter? Second of all, why are we dragging Forgetta through the mud like this? Third of all, what in the 2000s emo is that? Oh god. That was something. You know, blonde so far isn't bad. It's just it kind of doesn't stand out too well against the green. Maybe if I make it more yellow and less like a strawberry blonde. That kind of helps. Because like blonde is okay if I don't like it, because it's just a base for brown. So if I really don't like it, I can just turn it brown. Okay, I was like, this just sounds like the script. And I was like, what the heck is this? What are your intentions with my daughter? I don't really do blonde characters that much, which is funny because my natural hair color is like a dark blonde. So you would think I would do it a lot, but no, I don't really do blonde at all. I kind of want to give her a slightly pink or lavenderish tone. Not quite like, you know, no, like I'm kind of like a peachy color, but I don't mean like that. I mean a little more on the actual pink side. I can always like peach it up if I don't like it. So we're gonna, that's super bright, but if I just like spread it out, it'll like, I don't want it to be like a bright pink. I just want it to be like a soft pink. But not like she's been sunburned. Like, I don't want it to look like that. You know, not hot dog pink, that's too pink. That's kind of a good face. And then if I like use orange as a blush instead of pink, so she doesn't look like a highlighter. We're not going for a highlighter pink here. If I use like maybe this orange here. Let's try with her lips. and it's so subtle, I don't even know if my camera is picking it up, but I can see it. I like putting like some like blush on more than just the cheeks. So I was like putting on the ears, the nose, and the shoulders, and sometimes those elbows. Yeah, I've heard of it. I watch P.S Ryan's videos. It looks very ridiculous. I'm liking this like semi-unnatural looking color. But it still doesn't look like too saturated. I'm liking this. Now, a blue butterfly would just make you think of fidget. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do a purple one. I mean, you could if you want. I mean, you can technically like draw ears and stuff on them. I see P.S Ryan, he's doing FNAF characters for some reason. I mean, he does mostly horror, so it makes sense. So you, I mean, you could do it if you wanted. Just don't have them do anything weird. And if you do, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Oh, Lord. You don't have to do all of that. That's a lot of work. It's not really worth that much work. Purple's alright, but I think I'll want to make it not just purple. So what if I put some pink from her onto it? And then make some of those blue. That's a little better. But it also kind of stands out a bit much, so we're gonna tone it down. And that sounds like a lot of work. You have to do all that. Just enjoy your game. I might have freaked up the butterfly. Oh no. This actually layers really nice on top of the purple. Because the purple stands out a little too much against everything else, and I don't want the purple to stand out that much. Okay, yeah, toned it down a bit. Now the hat just needs to be a little bit deeper. We can mix purple with this. There we go, makes the hat a bit of a deeper red. Yo, you didn't have to drag her through the mud like that, man. Like, dang. I get it. You're obsessed with Bunflower, even though she does absolutely nothing but stand there. But, like, we didn't have to drag Forgetter through the mud like that. Dang. What did she do? I actually like how the tail looks. The texture on it's nice. What, Junima? Oh, hello! I turned around. He was hopping. He was standing on his back feet. He wanted me to pet him. Hello! That is some baby behavior. Now my hand is covered in kitty hair. So... let's see. I'm trying to make it where some stuff's under the water water kind of like you can't see it perfectly. So the rock, I'm thinking we'll make it like a desaturated with a grayish brown. Oh lord, here comes the other one. Hello, other one. Hey. Hello, Snoopy. No, you don't want me to pet you? You just want to turn up my chair? Okay. I understand. Heaven forbid I love you. Heaven forbid you love me too. That little cat. Maybe if I just like add some of this red instead of turn that down. And purple brown. Add some of this like ochre color. That could maybe work. Okay, we're gonna kind of really like to be a little more gray, but that's okay. I'm gonna make it really faint. I mean, I could, but I'd have to remake them. But that wouldn't be as bad if I had all the assets and code. I would just have to like copy and paste it. It would take a couple of weeks to still do, but I could do that. But also, you don't want stuff to like fight with other things. It's thing I think I could do. It's just I don't know if it would. I mean, unless I did everything in the same file and I just made it where you can't access certain things, then the file will start to get to a point where I can't upload them to itch anymore and it'll be too big. I know one mini game that I would like to do is Noodle's Ramen Shop. I wanted it to have that you could like make your own ramen bowl, but there's no real reason to have a ramen bowl because there's no like health or energy system. So there really isn't a reason to do that. Just to wash gray on top of this brown to darken it, but also to desaturate it just a slight bit more. And I also kind of like that this has tons of different texture, because like this is very naturey and nature is very textured. It's not void of personality like modern architecture and stuff is. bottom. Slightly darker. Don't want to be like the floor. Of course, one option if you want to like do something like that is you make it inside of the big game and then you save a copy and you just delete all the other mini games so you can export just that one. And you just keep adding on to like the main file, but that also means all your bug fixes you'll have to do over again. Also, this little guy here is adorable. We love him. These rocks have a little more gray. For the wall, I kind of want to have a little bit more of a red tone. Kind of like clay. This is all gonna have blue painted over it. Huh. It's very brown, but it will look more like water later. It's a trust the process type deal. Let that dry for a minute. I'll work one on these cattails. Popcorners. Is it those like triangle popcorn chips? Is that what that is? I think if that's what that is, I've had that, but I don't think it was called that. It was called something else, but I don't know what it was called either. Yeah, I've had those. I'm thinking because she's pinkish purple, we'll make this pinkish purple just so that's not the only pinkish purple. Like, it'll like break it up a little bit. But first, we're not gonna use this brush. This brush is too small. Let's try this flat brush. Now this here that I'm using, this stuff over here, this is not watercolor, this is gouache. If I was to describe gouache, it's kind of like watercolor, like it's water soluble, as long as you're not using the acrylic gouache. It is also really like workable once you wet it. Because acrylic gouache is more like acrylic paint and it permanently dry. That is kind of funny. Okay, that's kind of funny. Welcome back. Okay. Desargo, tearing up my chair is unnecessary. You will get your food in 6 minutes. This violence, my child, is unnecessary. Thank you. Desargo, did you have to just tear up my chair and then just walk off like that? That was rude, my child. So how dry is my hair so I can finally get off of my neck? It's mostly dry. Ow. Hair got stuck in the headphones. Oh, that's much better. I have been obsessed with Stardew Valley past couple of weeks. I'm playing it like every night for the past like 2 weeks, or a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. Like, all my brain is just like, no brain, just Stardew. And I have a lot of mods installed. I have a couple towns. So that's been fun. Don't know. What are these bulbs? So I'm trying to like have like the bulb vaguely shown under the water. How they grow and not rot? Don't know. Don't ask me. I am not a water plant expert. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So we have these water contents out. Why are these like fused together? That was weird. I did an animatic to this song a long time ago. You can find it on the channel. It's called Warrior Song. My painter neck accent alone. I know you're hungry. I mean, I have an ant there that I wouldn't mind seeing. Hmm. So... here. Maybe this. This is another handmade palette. I made these out of paper and then I covered them in tape. These are some custom colors I mixed myself years ago. I never actually remember using this palette too much. Nice dark color. And then I think I'll use the same pink I used for her skin and blend the two colors together. Junima, why are you screaming? You just ate. No, I don't know the Pragmata ending. I haven't played it. I want to play it eventually, but I just can't afford it. But Capcom, unlike some companies we know, eventually makes their games cheaper and has good sales. So one day I'll play it. I assume the child dies because we can't have anything nice, but I don't want to be told the ending. I want to be sad on my own terms. This green added to the background is like making it where she stands out, but it also is making it a little less dull. So that's nice. Yeah, I think Capcom did that on purpose because Japan has such a low birth rate. But like, hear me out. What if you just made your work environments not suck so much so people actually have like time, money, and energy to want to have children instead of manipulating them into the video game? Crazy, I know. The memes have been immaculate. I think Resident Evil Requiem is your mom simulator, and then Pragmata is your dad simulator. Is this work good? No. But is it good enough? Yes. We're gonna make the in-betweens of her fingers this orangey color. Heh! I've seen that dresser before. It looks so impractical. It's funny, but it looks so impractical. Also unreasonably expensive from what I saw last time I saw that dresser. It's hilarious looking though. I have no idea who that is. I should have some palettes over here. And I'll give her no, look at the blue eyes. I have blue. Yeah. Look at her. Now do this. Maybe I can use a pencil instead of this marker there. I keep getting harassed by Law and Order clips, so I've been watching a lot of Law and Order clips recently. I don't have streaming services, so I can't actually watch the full show, which is kind of annoying because so many of these clips are like cliffhangers, and it's like, well, that's rude. I mean, it is. They are officially posted, so they probably want you to pay for the subscription to see the whole thing, but still, it's like, that's rude. Don't do that. Hello, how are you today? I'm alright. Wasn't considered. I'm doing okay. Also, he's almost impossible to see, but I love him, so we're gonna have to. Did we see the small friend right there? He's very small. I will consider it a painting because this is mostly watercolor, but the lines are pen, and I'm using watercolor pencils, so kind of like a mixed media painting, I guess. Hi, Junimo. Are you gonna go in your little box and hang out? Oh, what a good kitty. Oh, poor Forgetta. What are you gonna keep dragging poor Forgetta through the mud like that? Yeah, there's gouache in this. The water, I use gouache because it's a little more opaque and it covered up, like, you know, like I put color down, then I use that because it's thicker. There's a little bit of gouache in this too, I forgot, yeah. Let's see, this green here. Oh yeah, the frog is microscopic. But also the mermaid's also microscopic, because like, you know, that's like that's a mushroom, so like she's also microscopic. I feel like some orange would also be in the water because of just because of hers. So we're gonna add a little bit of orange wash to this. And then add this gouache right here. Oh no, I'm nowhere near verified. I don't even have enough viewers to be monetized. You don't have to like the stream. Okay, sunlight's making it a little bright, but it's not blown out, so that should be fine. At one point, YouTube made it sound like they were gonna like make it where you could be like get memberships and stuff, even if you didn't have enough for it to be like properly monetized with ads, and then it just never happened. So I don't know if they were just trying to see if people would jump at the idea and then just pull the rug, or if that was just a bad rumor. But whatever it is, they didn't do it, and I'm mad about it because I was really hoping I could get memberships on YouTube. That would have been great. I'm using white watercolor because it'll dry more opaque than the Posca pen. So if I like the theme for the game jam coming up, we'll be doing some more game dev streams next week. If not, not really sure what I'm gonna have us doing. Tuesday is up in the air if I'll stream or not. I'm gonna be going somewhere that night, and I don't want to be exhausted from streaming and exercising. But I might do it Monday instead, just so I have 2 streams. We'll see. We'll be doing Jedi Academy some more on Thursday. I feel like I have 1 or 2 streams left in it. Oh, thank you. I haven't really gotten to like really do like a full watercolor style of illustration in a while. Cause yeah, the other ones I did were use a marker with watercolor in the background. The last thing I did with watercolor was this, but I also put a lot of color pencil on top. What she needs is some thickened outlines, but I don't have anything that's thicker that is that round pen. Not like cartoonishly bold, but just a little bit more. So maybe I can like get a brown color pencil. That could work. Also, I think her hair needs a slight bit more detail, but I think this brush is too big. This might work. brush is actually working against me for some reason. I was hoping it would have been better than this. That's okay, it's all still wet. I can just dab it off. Where's my other tiny brush? That one's not working out. I know you're in here. It's just so short, I can't see it. Maybe if I could try this one instead. Oh, that sounds fun. There's two different ways to look at painting. You have to be a Renaissance painter, or you just see what happens. Because I think the bar is way too high if everyone expects everyone to like paint like a Renaissance painter. Because like that's ridiculous. I actually started learning how to watercolor because I was mad that Mark Curley could do it and not me, even though he's like a professional who gets paid to like make comic books, so like obviously he knows how to do it. I was very audacious at like 15 or 16 years old. I was like, how could he, Mr. Professional, be able to do things I can't do? This is unacceptable. Yeah, just see what happens. Like, I did an experimental style. I don't know if you watch Mermaids, but she lays down a bright color, and then she sketches with her acrylic paint, and then she fills it in with acrylic, and then does oils on top. I don't use oils. But I tried that same thought of a bright color and then sketching with paint, and then the idea is when you fill it in, like the background, instead of white peeking through, it'll be a color and it looks kind of glowy. So this had like a pink undertone, which you can kind of see like on the edges. There's like pink, and like in between there's pink. So it was all pink, and then I sketched it with brown paint, and then I painted it in. So what I have is a PNG model. It's not a VTube model. It's not even really a model. Here. So I have it linked to my Discord, and I have a Discord channel that's locked, no one can get into. And I use this website. I use this website, and you link it to your Discord, and then you put in like the images you want, and you can tell it like which one you want it to be when you're talking and when you're quiet. You can also have it fade in and out, you can have a bounce, just little effects you can do. I'm using a free version. I'm not sure what the paid version does. I never cared. So if you just use like a program and just make you a little thing, or Or you like, if you have a cat, cut out 2 pictures of the cat. One of them make a funny face, and one of them is just sitting there. I don't know. You just link your Discord, and then when you're in a call, it'll pop up. So yeah, I just make a channel that I'll get into. So I'm technically in a call right now. I think I'll use a brown colored pencil. So you just make an account and that's it. If you mean a channel, you can literally just make a channel. It's not, you don't have to pay or anything. It's a little more on the red side, but maybe it'll look nice. Oh, Discord's like anything else. You just give them an email address and name and password. You don't even have to have an app. You could use it on web. I would suggest making it where someone has to be your friend to DM you, because people will just randomly DM you, and bots will randomly DM you, trying to like beg for like commissions and stuff when they're not even real. But that's everything. I've had people just show up and beg for stuff, and it's like, you're not gonna get stuff if you beg. You get the opposite when you do that. You know what? The reddish brown is kind of nice. It kind of makes it look softer. We're gonna ignore the tail just so it's like a little more faded. Yeah, you can literally just, it's very easy to make like your own like server, and you don't need anybody to be in it, because you need to be like inside of like a Discord call. But you can, it's easy, you can just like look it up. It takes like 5 seconds to make one. Just don't share it with anybody, and you go inside of a call and you can put the link in your OBS to your thing, and it just works. Sometimes the website goes down, but that's any website. Also, every once in a while, I need to reiterate that my little avatar is not supposed to be me at all. She looks nothing like me. That's just my little avatar, because I think some people assume the avatar is like a self-insert. She looks nothing like me. She's just a little friend. If you mean subscribers, I was stuck on 1,265 subscribers for 4 years. Do not go into YouTube expecting a huge following or for money. Do it because you find it fun, because you just have to like luck out. By the power of God and the algorithm, people get found. And to get to 1,000 took me like 4 or 5 years, I think, so. Twitch, if you wanted to stream, Twitch is, at least from how I know, it's still free to use. Also, I dual stream, so I'm actually streaming on both right now. That's just an extra extension. Instagram has live streaming. I don't know how that all works, because I've only done it like once. That was a while ago. I can say that they really encourage shorts, which I don't really like short form content, at least to make it, because it's just not fun to make at all for me. But if you make a bunch of short form content, you might get enough people to start streaming that way. Kind of depends if the algorithm likes that too, because the algorithm is rude. I actually like the warm brown. It makes her look kind of glowy almost. Yeah. I think platforms really shot themselves in the foot trying to make it look like you can get all like famous and stuff because they get more views and stuff when they do that. As many famous people as there are, compared to the amount of users on YouTube, it's really not that many. It's even harder just to get like the bare minimum. It's like, you know, I don't want 1 million subscribers, but could I have 10,000? Yeah, that dream's been gone for years. I'll be impressed whenever I hit 2. In December, I'll be on YouTube 10 years. I can say that Kick is starting to be a little less of a menace and a little more of like a semi-legitimate platform. They actually ban people more often than Twitch now, which is upsetting. Because like Twitch lets people get away with literally anything. Like, oh, well, you've been banned for 5 minutes. Did you learn your lesson? No, actually, they didn't. Maybe you, like, could ban them for more than 5 seconds. That'd be awesome. And apparently Twitch actually does a better revenue split. So, if you got, like, whatever they have over there, you could also maybe, like, make a little something. I do recommend dual streaming, though. Because someone might not like Kick or Twitch, but they like YouTube, so whatever your internet can handle, really. I don't use Kick though. I thought about it. I don't think my internet can take another stream. permission. You do whatever you want. It's your time. I appreciate being thought of, though. I'm almost done anyway. What time is it? Yeah, I'm almost done anyway, so, like, go for it. Do whatever you want. It's your time. I don't owe nobody. Where's that colored pencil? I'm not entirely thrilled with how this flower looks. We're keening more on the flower, and I think we got done on this because I don't want to overwork it and ruin it. I didn't think I'd end up doing two. I thought it was a possibility, but I'm glad I spent the time on this one because I really liked the pictures, so. I don't do a whole lot of full-page illustrations anymore, so this is nice. I might be doing more, but it'll be digital, depending if this project idea I have takes off, but I don't know if it's gonna take off yet. I don't want to show it off until I, like, try some stuff, see if I absolutely hate it. Oh, thank you. I think we'll do this. I've been getting inundated with videos from this guy from Australia talking about animals, and it's some of the funniest trash. Obviously, very crude, but like, is Australian. I think if you weren't expecting crude, there's something wrong with you specifically. Anyone doesn't think it's gonna be crude. But God, is it funny. He has a way with words that is truly magnificent. Obviously, if he talks about spiders, I'm not watching it because I can't handle the close-up pictures of spiders. But if he's talking about the lizards or something, oh God, it's funny. He talked about one story about these Australian farmers. I think they were in Tasmania, which I thought was a separate country entirely. Apparently, that's the state of Australia. So I'm learning. I'm learning! Yay! And they thought aliens were showing up in their poppy fields. Yeah, I think it was poppy fields. Because they do a huge export of opium over there, apparently. Which I didn't know that either, so you know. We're learning together, isn't that fun? And they were like aliens. Because there was spinning around circles. There was crop circles everywhere. And you're like, what the frick's going on? Must be aliens. You know that meme of the guy with the fricked up hair? Aliens. So they put up cameras. It turned out just wallabies were just eating the poppies, getting high as frick, and just having hop zoomies, making crop circles. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. I can't handle spiders close up. I will probably scream and cry. But the wallabies and their hopping zoomies is like, that's gonna live in my head rent-free for a very long time. This pen is almost a dead. I really need to finish Ooblets. I think that's where this music's from. Ooblets. I've almost finished Ooblets, and I'm at the point where I either need to just open up a save and not know what's going on, or just replay the whole game. Just cleaning up some of these edges, and then I think I'm gonna call it quits so I don't ruin this. This flower needs some highlights. This pen really is trying to die. The only reason I'm not switching to another pen that's similar color is because I kind of like that it's trying to die, so that way the color will still be very faint. And it won't be as bold as this. There we go. I like that this is more front and that's more in the back, which is what I was going for. Did I do good? Not, probably not, but I did my best. Oh yeah, and those videos have the best edits. Like there's one he's talking about a really invasive snake. And you put a little shower cap on it saying if it's in the shower, it's his shower now. And he gave it a little shower cap. He said, frick off, he's moisturizing. Oh, he's moisturizing. Okay, I think we're good here. So we didn't get to color this one, which I kind of expected to happen. Let me make sure this isn't crazy. Let's push it up a little bit. Turn the brightness there. Okay. So this is definitely my favorite out of all the ones I've done. My second favorite, I think, is the Stardew Mermaid. Will this pen work, or is it gonna beat me up? I just want some story highlights, pen. Come on, you can do it. Perspective on these leaves is trash. We're not going for realism here. And he is so small, I love him. Sorry, Junimo. Junimo hates it when I sneeze. Okay, let's unzoom this so we can see it with like the swatches on the side. I was swatching on this side. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, but since this one here bled through, like there's no point in like trying to save this. I could paint over it, but like I'll just use swatches. So that's our fun little illustration we've done today. My next stream will be Thursday, but that's on my gaming channel, Junimo Gaming, and on the same Twitch for everything. I'll be playing more in Jedi Academy. I'm actually very excited because now we're in my favorite part of the game, which is the later end of the game. So, hyped for that. When it was fun. Okie dokie. 3 hours minus like 15-20 minutes for like setting up and feeding the cats. That's about how long I normally take to do something. Put these pens back. Okay. that's it for today. Time is it? Yeah, I gotta do laundry and stuff. Don't have to cook, just have to warm up leftovers. I made pulled pork, baked macaroni and cheese, and some corn and string beans. So we're gonna have that for dinner again. And later we have cookies, because I made chocolate chip cookies. Okie dokie. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day. If you want to see me play game, I'm on a different channel for YouTube. I'll see y'all later. It was nice to have some more people today. We had a couple more people. That was quite nice, actually. Don't really get many people. Alrighty, I'll see y'all later. Bye!